Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to discuss strings in C. So first of all, let us understand what is a string. So basically, a string are nothing but it is a kind of array whose data type is char. As C does not support a string, so to use or work upon a string, we require array of data type char. So simply we have to create an array and we have to keep the data type of that array as char. So you have already used a string extensively as printf. This program is terminated because whenever we write printf statement, what we will write? We used to write a string within double quotes while we are writing printf statement. This particular statement will simply print this complete string on the output or the display screen. Or we can also use macro, for example, hash define error message error. So wherever in the program we have used this error message, what it will be printed? Error. So since a string is an array, the declaration of a string is the same as declaring a char array. So how you will declare the array string? You will declare the string as char, name of the string and size. And how to initialize that particular string? Just like a normal array, we will initialize the string, but since this is a char type array, so we will declare the string in double quotes. So char string where size is 20 and it is written in double quotes initial value. So this particular array, that is a string where, will have the value initial value. Now, how memory is occupied in while we are working upon string. So, the string is always ended with a null character. This is important. That what is the difference between a normal character array and a string? So, a normal character array, there is not a condition that it must contain a null character, but while we are working upon strings, there is a condition that in a string, the end, the last letter is always a null character and the characters of the null characters are ignored, which means the null character signify the end of the string. So, the example we have taken is string 20 and value we have inserted is initial value. So, in memory, how it is going to be stored? It is going to be stored like this, starting from 0th index position till 13th index position. All the values along with the space, and after E, it is written null, which means this is the end of the string. That is, the total value which is being stored in a string is initial value. Now, array of strings. Now, as we are working, string is what? It is a char type array, and now we have to study arrays of a string. Means how to create an array of a string type. So this is a very simple approach that we have to create an array in 2-dimension form of char type, and each row will represent one string and columns are various characters stored in a single string. So for example, char names people length. So another example is char month 510. So what it is written? We have created an array whose data type is char named as month. Number of rows, that is number of a string it can store, is 5. And how many characters can a string have? It can have maximum 10 characters. So when we are initializing it, we can write January, February, March, April, May. So you can count the characters. In January, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters and last will be null. In February, we have also 8 characters and last will be null. So maximum length a string is having is 10 because we have declared here. So every string will be stored in a different row which is represented by first value, that is the row value. Row value signifies the number of strings present within the list, and 10, that is the column. Number of columns will represent the maximum number of length of the string. Next, how to read and write in a string. So the placeholder %s. So the format specifier used to write a string is %s. As for char it is %c, for integer it is %d. Similarly, for a string it is %s. So if I am writing printf topic %s string var, so whatever is stored in string var will be printed here. So next, the string can be right justified as well as left justified. So how to provide this justification? So this can be done with the help of a number. So if we want to write the right justified string, so we have to write the positive numbers. So how many characters we have to shift right? And if we want to write the left justified string, we have to write the negative number. So what does this 8 represent here? After leaving 8 spaces, the string will be printed. So that is right. And what this -8 means? It means it will start exactly from the leftmost side of the line. For example, you can see in here also, when it is written %8s, that is +8, right justified. So you can see the difference. Line is starting from here and John is written from this position. That is after leaving 8 spaces. That is 6, 7 and 8. 8 spaces are left and then John Adams is written. And when it is with the left justified, John Adams is starting straight from the leftmost side. So if the actual string is longer than the width, the displayed field is expanded with no padding. But if the length of the string is exactly same or more than whatever the specified length of the columns, then the justification is not visible. Neither left justification or nor right justification. Now we will discuss it with an example how to use scanf and printf functions while working with these strings. So just like a normal C program, we were writing the program for a string, but here as we are working on a string, we will write the character type array. So first of all, header file, then we have defined the length of the string, that is 10. So using macro, we have written the string length as 10. Next, main. Within main, we have declared some variables. First variable is char type array named as department. And within bracket, that is size, is equivalent to string length. So what will come here? Here it will come 10. As we have defined the value of a string length with the help of a macro, that is 10. So 10 will be fetched here. After that, int course num, that is a normal integer number. Next, char days, it is another string named as days. And again, length of this string is also 10. Next, int time. Now, how to take input within this? Simply, first I have written the printf statements that will print the statements as it is. So it is written enter department code, course number, days and time like this. So means I am prescribing the user that they have to write the data in this format. In which format? COSC 2060 for department code. Next course number is 2060, course number is MWF and number of days and time is 14. Like this. So how to take input? With the help of scanf, it is written %s, %d, %s, %d. That is department, which is string type, %d, that is course number, %s is days, and %d is for time. And here it is written department and address of course number, days and address of time. Now you can see that there is no requirement of address of operator while we are writing the string type variable. So we are writing address of operator before integer type data only. So what is the reason for this? Because the department is the initial memory of the string argument. Thus, we do not apply the address of operator on it. So there is no need to write address of operator because array is itself will provide the base address to this. After that, you will print the data in whatever format you want. Now, as you can see in the output also, statement is printed, enter department code, course number, days and time like this. And what it is written, user has entered math 1270 TR and 800. That is, math is the course name. Next, 1270 is the course code. Then we have meets TR at 800, that is days and time. So in this way, you can take input and output in the while using string type data. Now, how to use scanf function? As we have discussed earlier also, that how to use the scanf function. We are not using address of operator. We are simply writing a string name. So why? Because whenever encountering a white space, the scanning stops and scanf places the null character at the end of the string. For example, if I am writing math 1234 TR 1800, so what it will read? It will only read math. It will not read rest of the statements. So scanf will treat this space or white space as a termination for the string. So for this, we just place the null character. If the user type this, we simply skip this data and we only read math. Okay. Now we have some library functions also. So the string cannot be copied by the assignment operator. Means if I say, if I am writing A is equals to B, so what it will mean? Means whatever are the contents of B will be transferred, will be assigned to A. But this is not the same case with strings. We cannot write a string equal to test string. It will not copy the data. It is not valid statement. So for these kind of statements, we require string.h, and here we have certain functions which are being defined within the system library. Some of the functions are string copy, string cat, string compare, string length, string talk. And all the functions have different meanings, different purpose. So here we have written the purpose and examples. So a string copy will create a copy of a string from one string to another. Means if I write a string copy s1 comma high, so high will be copied to s1 string. In similar way, string cat, it will append the string to the end of another string. So whatever a string is written on the left hand side will be appended by the second string. Next, compare. Compare two strings alphabetically. So whenever we want to compare two different strings, we simply write two different strings, and those two strings will be compared alphabetically wise. Means we will compare the ASCII code of the alphabets. Next is the string length, which will return the length of the string. That is, for example, if I write a string length high, so what is the length of the string? There are two characters present over here in high, so it will return 2. So it will always return integer type data. Next is a string talk, that is, it will break the string into tokens while delimiters. Means, for example, if I have written hi ko, then and it is being separated or delimited by comma operator here. So I have to provide the delimiter from where I have to break the string. So comma is being provided here. So the string will be broken down into two parts, that is hi and ko. In this way, a string will be broken down. Now, sometimes in exam question comes that what is the difference between a string copy and a string n copy. Okay, so how to differentiate between these two? As we have discussed, what is a string copy? It will copy the content of one string into another. And what is string n copy? It will copy the content up to the certain length to another string. For example, if I simply write a string copy, that is test, comma test string, what it will do? It will completely copy test string to test. Means entire data will be copied here. But if I only want test to be copied to the output string. In that particular case, I require a string and copy. So it will transfer only those characters. So how many characters, till how many characters I want to copy the data? 4 characters. So what I will write? I will write string and copy test string 4. So what data will be copied? It only 4, means test will be having the value test only. And after that, on the 4th place, I have to write the null character. That will signify the end of the string. You can see in this example also, means if I want to transfer the data up to particular length, in that particular case, if this is the source and I want to copy only certain characters, only 9 characters, in that particular case, it will only read those data and at last it will insert null. Okay. Next, functions string cat and string length. What is a string concatenation and a string length? A string cat will concatenate 2 different strings and a string length will tell you the length of the string. Now again, in a string cat, we can have a string cat and a string ncat, which means again the same concept will apply. That is, while we are dealing with the string cat, 2 strings will concatenate combined form. Means, for example, if it is written string cat dest more, okay, and second string ncat dest more 3. So what is the difference between 2? Here I have provided the length, that how many characters will be appended to the first string. And in first one, there is no limit defined. So complete string will be appended to the first one. Okay. And what is the meaning of string length? It will calculate the number of characters present in a single string. So if I am writing data des6 equal to hello, so how many characters are present within hello? Total 5 characters. So the length of the string is 5. Okay. Now, how to differentiate between characters and string? As if I write Q and Q in double quotes. When I am writing Q in single quotes, it is character, and when I am writing Q in double quotes, it is a string. How memory recognize it? When I am writing it in a single quote, that is simply a character Q. But when I am writing it in double quotes, a null character will be inserted at the end of the string by the compiler, which means it is a string. So when Q is written in single quote, it is a character, and when it is written in double quotes, it is a string. So in this way, we can differentiate between character and string. Next, how to compare 2 strings. How we are going to compare 2 strings. Now, if I write A is less than B, what we will do? We will just simply perform calculation on integer numbers. Suppose A is 4 and B is 5. So basically we are comparing 4 and 5, that 4 is less than 5, true or false. In similar way, strings are compared but with the help of alphabetical order. Means if I am writing A and B, so A is smaller than B. If I want to compare D and F, D is smaller than F. If I am talking about Y and Z, Z is greater than Y. So whatever is the alphabetical order, we follow that, and as per the alphabetical order, we compare 2 different strings. For example, if it is written thrill and throw and we are comparing it, so first 3 letters THR are same. Okay, so there is no difference. But as soon as I and O are compared, I is less than O, which means these 2 strings are not equal. Okay. Similar way, when we are comparing joy and joyous, So first three characters are same, J O Y, but after that there is no character present over in joy, but here we are having some letters with joyous. So again the value is different. So the comparison between two strings is done by comparing each corresponding character in them, and the characters are compared against the ASCII table. Again here also we can have a string compare and a string n compare. Again the difference is same. A string compare, we have to compare the complete strings, but a string n compare will complete the string up to certain length, whatever length we have provided. So for example, if we are getting the negative result, for example, hello is less than hi. So E is less than I. We are getting negative result or positive result? Positive result. Okay. Now string 1 is equals to string 2. We are getting result as 0 because both the data are same. And string 1 is greater than string 2. We are getting positive result, that is hi is greater than hello. So we can compare the two strings if string 1 and string 2 is not equal to 0. If the two strings, that is string 1 and string 2, are not equal to 0, those two strings are different, and if they are 0, those two strings are same. Okay. Next, how to take input in form of character and string. So for taking data in string form, we have getChar function. So simply we will write, if I am writing ch equal to getChar, it will work same as scanf %c and ch. And similarly, putchar, getS and putS will work. So getC will read the character from a file, and similar functions are putC, fgetS and fputS. Some compilers will go with fgetS and some with getS. Okay. Next we have the character analysis and conversion. So while using ctype.h, we can have various functions which can categorize the data. Means suppose if we want to check whether the data given is an alphabet or not, we can use isAlpha function. This function will tell that argument is a character or not. IsDigit will tell whether it is a digit or not. IsSpace will tell whether it is a space, new line, tab or not. ToLower will convert the lowercase letter into the uppercase letters. So these are some of the functions which are used to analyze the character. Next, how to convert a string and numbers. So there are certain functions which will help us to convert the integer data, to convert the string function into integer form. For example, A to I. A to I will convert string type data into integer type. Similarly, A to L will convert string type data to long integer, and A to F will convert to float. However, reverse is not possible, means I to A, I to F is not possible. For that we have sprintf, scanf, other functions are present. But for converting data from string to numbers, we can use these functions, that is A to I, A to L and A to F as per the requirement, whether we want to use integer, long integer or float. So I hope the concept of a string is clear. Thank you.